In a stunning move that has captured global attention, King Charles III has taken a decisive step. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, has been officially declared unwelcome at Clarence House. Yes, it's true. The historic London residence, a long-standing symbol of royal tradition, will no longer open its doors to her. This decision leaves Meghan on the outside, distanced from the heart of royal life. This bold action by King Charles is more than a rejection. It's a clear message. It asserts that the monarchy will not bend to external pressures or narratives. No amount of media influence or personal grievances will alter its principles. For Meghan, this marks the end of her hopes to secure a central role within the royal family, a dream now firmly out of reach. Reports suggest Meghan Markle reacted to the king's decision with anger and frustration, further revealing her true character. Her inability to accept being denied highlights a deeper issue. Meghan appears to see herself as the center of every story, with others playing only supporting roles in her narrative. This self-focused perspective has strained her relationship with the royal family beyond repair. The growing distance between Meghan and the Windsor family is impossible to ignore, and the decision to bar her from Clarence House only underscores this divide. Her persistent interference in royal matters and challenges to long-standing traditions have left her isolated within the very institution she once aimed to influence. More than just a fractured relationship, this situation reflects a profound disregard for the monarchy itself, signaling a clash of values that goes far beyond personal differences. Meghan Markle's actions suggest a determination to dismantle the monarchy for personal gain. She has shown little respect for its history, its people, or its legacy, focusing instead on what she can take from it. To call her out of touch hardly captures the extent of her behavior. Meghan has built her influence by leveraging her royal connections, demanding the world cater to her desires regardless of the consequences. The monarchy, with its centuries of tradition and integrity, has no place for such conduct. King Charles's decision to bar her from Clarence House serves as a powerful reminder of this. Meghan Markle is not a reformer, but someone who has exploited the royal family in a pursuit of power and prestige. Now, as her self-serving intentions have become clear, she has been firmly shown the door. Meghan Markle has repeatedly demonstrated behavior that many view as untrustworthy and harmful to those around her. From reportedly taking secret photos of a sleeping princess to allegedly attempting to profit from those very images, her actions reveal a willingness to exploit anyone, even her own family, for personal gain. It's no surprise that King Charles, with careful consideration, has taken decisive steps to distance her from the royal family. The decision to bar Meghan from Clarence House isn't just a symbolic gesture, it's a firm boundary. It sends a clear message that her questionable tactics will no longer be tolerated within the monarchy. In truth, this action feels long overdue. Meghan's relentless pursuit of opportunity at any cost has made her one of the most controversial figures in the public eye. This decision marks a turning point for the royal family and a refusal to allow further exploitation. Meghan Markle's actions continue to underline a pattern that has become all too familiar. With every new controversy, one can't help but wonder what she'll do next. The only constant seems to be her lack of boundaries and relentless pursuit of fame. Despite being supported by the media and her husband, Meghan repeatedly manages to hit new lows. Take, for instance, the allegations that she tried to profit from photographs of Princess Charlotte, a sleeping child no less. The idea of looking at an innocent, vulnerable moment and seeing it as a business opportunity is deeply unsettling. Such behavior demonstrates a staggering level of shamelessness. Rather than offering an apology or committing to act more respectfully, Meghan reportedly reacted with outrage, complaining about the lost value of the photos, said to be worth $250,000. This reaction only amplifies the troubling nature of the situation and highlights an ongoing disregard for boundaries and decency. It would almost be laughable if it weren't so appalling. Meghan's actions go beyond poor judgment. They're outright disgraceful. The photographs in question weren't just ordinary pictures. They were private, intimate moments captured without permission. It's no wonder the royal family has little faith in her. Meghan's loyalty seems to lie solely with her own ambition, and this incident is far from isolated. Reports of her allegedly stealing jewelry from Queen Elizabeth stand as another shocking betrayal, a glaring reflection of her character. For someone granted a place within one of the world's most prestigious families, such behavior is nothing short of staggering. You might expect someone given such privilege to show gratitude, or at least acknowledge the opportunity handed to them. But Meghan saw things differently. She viewed her position as a chance to take what wasn't hers, dishonoring the very institution that welcomed her. In doing so, she revealed herself as opportunistic, selfish, and lacking integrity. Her self-perception only adds to the picture. Meghan carries herself with an air of entitlement, expecting others to cater to her whims without question. This attitude shows just how disconnected from reality she has become. Her behavior suggests a belief that the rules meant for everyone else simply don't apply to her. It's no wonder she's often labeled a spoiled brat, a description that couldn't be more fitting. Her actions reflect the immaturity of a petulant child rather than the responsibility and grace expected of an adult. When things don't go Meghan's way, she throws tantrums, sulking and complaining as if she's been wronged. But in reality, Meghan is the one in the wrong. One of the most telling aspects of her personality is her ability to manipulate those around her. Time and again, she's shown that she knows how to play the victim when it benefits her. She presents herself as a martyr, someone mistreated by both the royal family and the media. Let's be clear, this narrative is nothing but a carefully crafted illusion. Meghan's true motivations have always centered around one thing: herself. She's used her marriage to Prince Harry as a springboard to greater fame and wealth, exploiting her royal connections for all they're worth. When the monarchy didn't yield to her demands, she turned herself into the victim in a story she had carefully scripted from the start. Meghan's self-centered actions are now having real consequences. King Charles's decision to limit her access to royal properties is just the beginning, a necessary measure to safeguard both the royal family and the institution itself. Meghan has repeatedly shown that she cannot be trusted, whether it's through taking from the Queen or plotting her next big media move. Her actions have consistently reflected a focus on advancing her own career, no matter the cost. It's evident that the royal family, and especially King Charles, have reached their breaking point. This bold decision is setting the stage for the next chapter in the ongoing saga of Meghan. Harry's strained relationship with the British monarchy is no secret, and insiders were quick to share the news, sparking whispers of Meghan's outrage. Can anyone really blame her? Clarence House, once a potential symbol of her royal ambitions, is now completely out of reach. This decision effectively shuts her out from any further influence or the luxurious royal life she once sought. What could be more humiliating for someone who has long expressed a desire to be part of the royal world, only to have the door slammed in her face? Despite Meghan's belief that she's the center of attention, the reality is the monarchy is not about her. It's about honoring traditions and preserving a legacy passed down through generations. Meghan's relentless attempts to change those rules aren't just disrespectful, they're also incredibly naive. Meghan may have managed to grab some media attention, but she can't change the centuries-old history of the British royal family. That's a tough lesson she's now facing. One can only imagine the frustration King Charles must feel dealing with her behavior. Here is a woman who has continually disrespected the very institution and family that gave her the chance to be in the spotlight, yet she acts as though she deserves more. She treats royal properties as though they are hers, to use at will without considering the deep history and importance behind them. Clarence House, as the king's home, holds great significance. It's a symbol of the monarchy's legacy. But to Meghan, it was just another stepping stone in her pursuit of personal gain. Now that dream is shattered, and all she's left with is bitterness and resentment. Meghan Markle's downfall seems inevitable. Her actions have pushed her further away from the royal family, and the more she behaves this way, the more isolated she becomes. She's lost the trust of everyone, and no one respects her or wants to be around her. She has shown herself to be a thief, a manipulator, and someone without honor. King Charles has made it clear that she will not be allowed to tarnish the legacy of the British monarchy any longer. Let's hope this marks the end of her pursuit of royal recognition and the start of the consequences she has long deserved. I cannot stress enough how deeply frustrating Meghan Markle is. It's not a personal dislike, but rather the sheer hypocrisy and selfishness she consistently displays. At every opportunity, she turns everything into a spectacle, with herself as a star and everyone else merely playing a supporting role to serve her needs. If anyone needs a lesson in respect and boundaries, it's Meghan. The entire situation with her being banned from Clarence House shows that she simply doesn't understand limits. Who in their right mind would allow someone like her into their home, especially someone who is known for exploiting others, invading their privacy and never stopping until she gets her way? Meghan isn't just ambitious, she's willing to cross any line for personal gain, no matter the cost. When Meghan was banned from Clarence House, part of me felt relieved that someone had finally drawn a clear line, but another part couldn't help but find the situation almost comical. Did she really believe she could walk into such an important royal residence without facing any consequences? With all her schemes and dramatic actions, Meghan fails to understand that the royal family isn't her personal playground. The places Meghan sees as privileges are not rewards for her. They are important historic spaces that she should not feel entitled to invade. Moreover, Meghan is not just selfish. She completely lacks the decency and respect to understand she was caught. It's disturbing that she thought about taking pictures of a sleeping Princess Charlotte and immediately regretted not being able to sell them for $250,000. How low can someone go? Instead of apologizing for invading someone's privacy, she focuses on the money she lost. This isn't just a mistake. It's a complete disrespect for the people around her. Who would take such private moments and try to profit from them? Meghan's actions aren't just rude, they are unacceptable. She would sell anything, even the dignity of the people she claims to care about. She's shown time and again that she has no real appreciation for the opportunities she's had. Instead of using her platform to do good, she's taken every chance to gain fame and fortune. Since marrying Harry, she has treated the royal family as a way to boost her own image, using every moment and relationship to further her own goals. And when the monarchy didn't bend to her will, some claim Meghan portrayed herself as a victim of a grand conspiracy. But let's be honest, she wasn't a victim. Instead, she played the role of a strategist, carefully orchestrating situations to suit her goals. Allegations of mistreatment don't hold up when considering how often she mistreated others to get what she wanted. One of the most striking traits often attributed to her is her ability to manipulate. Time and again, she's shown a knack for playing the victim whenever it fits her story. Whether positioning herself as someone wronged by the royal family or the media, these portrayals appear more like calculated moves than genuine grievances. At the heart of it, her actions seem driven by self-interest. Meghan has used her marriage to Harry as a stepping stone for fame and fortune. When the royal family didn't meet her expectations for the spotlight, she turned her criticism toward them. This behavior paints a picture far from the innocent image she often projects. Meghan is often described as a calculated opportunist, someone who has used every relationship and situation to advance her own career. The allegations of her taking Queen Elizabeth's jewelry only add to this image. Taking from a family that welcomed her, gave her a platform, and honored her with a title feels like the ultimate act of betrayal. She was given every opportunity, yet she couldn't muster loyalty or respect in return. Instead, she took advantage of the very people who extended kindness to her. This wasn't just about taking possessions, it was about taking trust, goodwill, and the core values of being part of the royal family. Her actions suggest a mindset where honor holds no meaning and where people, relationships, and even treasured possessions are simply tools for personal gain. King Charles has made his intentions unmistakably clear. He has no plans to grant his daughter-in-law any claim to one of the royal family's most cherished residences. Instead, the grand estate, once home to Queen Elizabeth and now to King Charles himself, will be passed down to his eldest grandson, Prince George. This decision was made well before any of the controversies surrounding Meghan unfolded, but its symbolism is impossible to ignore. With this move, Charles not only secures Clarence House as a cornerstone of royal tradition, but also delivers a decisive message to Meghan. Her royal aspirations will not find a place here. It's a calculated and meaningful step, reinforcing the continuity of royal legacy while subtly addressing the ongoing family tensions. The decision to ban Meghan from Clarence House speaks volumes. Time and again, she has shown herself unworthy of trust or respect, demonstrating a relentless pursuit of her own desires, no matter the impact on others. This goes far beyond mere drama. Her actions have actively undermined the integrity of the royal family. She has made it clear she does not belong in their world. From alleged theft from the Queen to violating the privacy of innocent children, her behavior has crossed every acceptable boundary. By denying her access to one of the royal family's most treasured residences, King Charles is simply acknowledging what has become undeniable. In the end, Meghan's actions seem to pave the way for her own isolation. The more she disregards boundaries and respect, the more her behavior will inevitably catch up with her. King Charles's decision is not just a statement about tradition. It's a reaffirmation of standards that must be upheld within the royal family. Meghan Markle has become a pariah, not just to the royal family, but to anyone who values honesty, respect, and decency. She has lost the trust and respect of those around her, with few willing to have her in their lives. Through her actions, Meghan has revealed herself as a manipulative and self-serving individual who has exploited people and circumstances to advance her social standing. While she may have believed she was winning the game, it's now evident that the game is over and she has lost. King Charles's decision to bar her from Clarence House marks just the beginning. It's a crucial move to shield the monarchy from further harm. Meghan has consistently shown that she cannot be trusted, and as long as she continues to prioritize self-interest over integrity, her isolation will only deepen. The monarchy stands firm and will not bow to Meghan Markle's demands, or anyone else's. Ultimately, her relentless pursuit of fame and fortune may lead to her downfall. The royal family has sent a clear message. They will no longer tolerate her behavior. And honestly, it's a decision that feels long overdue. This isn't just about a house. It's about power, legacy, and control. The royal family, rooted in centuries of tradition, has no place for someone like Meghan, whose actions have already caused significant disruption. King Charles's decision to deny her access to such an iconic residence is a bold statement. It's a move that protects the monarchy's future and asserts his authority, making it clear that no one, not even his daughter-in-law, will be allowed to undermine that vision. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the ongoing drama with Meghan Markle and the royal family, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more exclusive insights. Do you agree with King Charles's decision? I'd love to hear your perspective. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more updates. It's hard to overstate the audacity required to believe one can reshape a centuries-old institution like the British monarchy to suit personal desires. Yet Meghan has seemingly made it her mission to do just that. From the moment she joined the royal family, her aim wasn't just to be a part of it, but to mold it to fit her own vision. But what did she bring to this prestigious institution? A background steeped in tabloid fame, a history of relentless self-promotion, and an insatiable drive for wealth and status. Meghan hasn't earned a place of significance in the royal context. Instead, she has used the family as a stepping stone for her own gain. Her pursuits are hollow, motivated by an unending ambition. Her evident hunger for recognition has driven her to exploit every opportunity, using the platform given to her for personal advancement rather than for any meaningful contribution. Meghan's approach reflects a self-serving drive, leaving little room for anything but her own interests. Meghan claims to advocate for causes like women's rights and mental health awareness, yet her actions often contradict these very ideals. Her foundation, public speeches, and carefully crafted public image seem less about genuine advocacy and more about advancing her personal brand. Every move appears calculated, aimed at achieving greater fame and fortune rather than fostering real change. There's no true altruism in her endeavors, only an insatiable need to remain in the spotlight, no matter the cost. She has exploited her connection to the royal family, using it as a platform to promote herself while projecting the facade of a humanitarian. Beneath this polished exterior lies someone who is relentless, willing to do whatever it takes to get ahead. What's most frustrating is the way Meghan cloaks her self-interest in virtue. She speaks about fairness and challenging outdated systems, yet her real goal appears to be securing a position at the top of the social ladder. For her, the monarchy was never about tradition or service. It was a means to elevate her status, to achieve the level of celebrity she craves. Fame alone isn't enough. She wants to be admired, celebrated, and seen as a revolutionary. Meghan aspires to be seen as a transformative figure, someone who can reshape the monarchy and even the world. Yet her version of change seems to be little more than an ego-driven endeavor, designed to boost her own profile rather than make any meaningful impact. Her ambition extends beyond fame. She also craves luxury and power. The life she and Harry have created in Montecito, California, surrounded by opulence, reflects this insatiable desire for excess. It's as though they believe their royal titles alone entitle them to the finest things life has to offer, despite their so-called sacrifices in stepping away from the royal family being largely superficial. While portraying themselves as victims of an unjust system, Meghan and Harry continue to enjoy a lifestyle of immense wealth and privilege, one most people can only dream of. The hypocrisy is glaring. Meghan, who already lived a life of comfort and privilege long before meeting Harry, now paints herself as a martyr. The idea that she is some kind of victim fighting against an oppressive system is as laughable as it is disingenuous. Meghan's resentment toward the royal family doesn't stem from a genuine desire to bring about change. It comes from her frustration at not being able to control the narrative. Her ego, inflated to the point of overshadowing any self-awareness, has driven her to believe she is exempt from the rules. Time and again, she has acted as though the monarchy should bend to her demands simply because she insists on it. It's no surprise she believes she could walk into Clarence House and claim it as her own. To her, it wasn't a historic residence, steeped in tradition and significance. It was just another trophy, another symbol of power to add to her collection. Her sense of entitlement blinded her to the true importance of Clarence House, a place that should be reserved for someone who values and respects its legacy. The idea that King Charles, or the monarchy as a whole, would hand over such a meaningful estate to someone as unqualified and self-serving as Meghan is, quite frankly, absurd. Clarence House represents centuries of tradition and history, things Meghan has shown little regard for in her relentless pursuit of status and influence.